But little things bother me, like, can we get paper towels back in public restrooms? Is that okay? Yeah, what is the problem? Can we recycle? Sure. How much are we saving with this stupid accelerator that's in here? What's the wattage on the accelerator? What is that? It's like a jet turbine. And it blows all over me. You're trying to dry my hands. It's spraying all over my khakis. Then I got to stand there for 5 minutes trying to blow dry my pants. And then you get, sometimes they're like old school. You go in there, it's like a warm summer breeze coming out. It's like, it's like, all right, it's finally just wiping on my pants. I'm going to miss last call. Let's go. Little things. And ladies, like, what is up? Can you help me with this? What's up with the toilet paper usage? Can you help me there? Like, I had 3 females, my daughters and my ex, 4 females in the house. Do you have any idea how much paper we were going through? 16 rolls a week on the average. It was like I lived with a magician, I swear. I'd put a roll out at night, the next morning, voila, it's gone. It was the noise that killed me, that the hell are you doing in there? Playing Wheel of Fortune? Come on. Brrr, big money. Brrr. You get enough padding on there to catch a fastball. Are you baking a pie? Taking a pie out of the oven? What is up with the padding? It's that wraparound technique. I don't get that whole concept. 10 layers on the front side, fine. 10 layers on the back end seems excessive. Am I wrong? What are you afraid of? It's not sulfuric acid down there, right? It's pee-pee. It's pee-pee. What's the worst that can happen? You get a little bit on your fingers, who cares? Wash your hands. Got a guy pees on his fingers, walks out of the bathroom eating powdered sugar cinnamon donuts. So you're gonna see as you get older, it's little things that get you get older and you get cranky. Not like get off my lawn, but little things. Like, I had to get an oil change. Now, I'm the only one that drives my truck. So the seat and the lean back, the recline are perfect, the mirrors, everything. I pull right up to the garage door, give the tech the keys. What's the first thing the guy does? Moves the seat back, reclines the seat. I'm like, dude, it's gonna take me weeks to get that back. Oh, it was so easy. I have a 20-foot drive. Why did you do that? It aggravates me, so I got to figure it out. Next time I'm going to get my oil changed, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for my wife to get her eyebrows darkened. Going to get out of the car and look at the guy and say, don't you touch that seat. Guy's going to be looking at me like, dude, you better do what she says. That's it. It's like, you know who does it too? The valet guys that park your car, they do that too. They move your seat back. I don't like valet guys, because I'm a big tipper. I'm a big tipper at a restaurant, but I don't like going places in a perform a service you don't need to have done, and then you gotta tip them. That bothers me. It's like the parking lots at the restaurant is like 20 yards wide, and he's gotta take the car and drive it there. I'm like, I could have done that. I just ran 3 miles, dude. I can walk a few feet to grab some dinner. That's not a problem. But here's $5. There you go, thanks. I hate it. It's little things. Like, I used to go to Vegas all the time. So think about this. Now, I would take my suitcase from my house in New Jersey all the way to Newark Airport. You gotta take a train to get to the terminal, carry the bags to the check-in. We go all the way across the country to Vegas, go through rental cars, shuttle buses, tram cars, drive the bags to the casino parking lot, carry the bags into the front desk at the casino. At that point, some idiot comes over. Buddy, let me take those bags up the elevator for you. Get the heck out of here. Could have used you loading a car, bro. Same things happens at Starbucks. You order coffee at Starbucks? Yeah, I'd like a grande, light and sweet. What's that? The milk and sugar's over there. Oh, I was confused because the tip jar's over here. Just. Guess I'll be saving some money on my latte today. Yeah. I'll be over at the self-tipping counter over here. I had a weird experience at Starbucks. So let me explain this. My name is Eric, and I don't like Eric, and I don't know what it happens when I meet people for the first time, but I don't know whether I don't enunciate properly or whatever, but I'll meet people and be like, Harry? Larry? No, not even close. I said Eric. So I just use Jack. I use Jack. So if I'm calling in for a pizza, I'm like, 2 pepperoni pies for Jack. Go to pick it up. 2 pies for Jack. No problem. It's great. So I go to Starbucks, and they got to get your name. So I put my order in. Woman's like, what's your name? I'm like, Jack. She goes, what was that? I said, Jack. She says, how you spelling that? J-A-C-K. Jack. Okay. Step down the line. No problem. Next guy in line. She goes, what's your name? He goes, Vahid. Doesn't bat a freaking eye. She writes W-A-H-E-E-D. Now, there had to be some question about the VW thing or an E-D-E-D or an I-D. Here she is doing a spell check on Jack and freaking blowing the doors off Vahid. Oh, I got a public service announcement too. Ladies, if you like to read books to relax at the end of the day, do not tell your husband or boyfriend anything about the content of that book, because he doesn't care whatsoever. My ex used to read books all the time. She'd be like, I'm reading this great book. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, these 2 guys are detectives, and they're working for each other, and they don't know they're working against each other. I'm like, I don't care. We have 2 daughters out there driving around with their boyfriends in Motel 6s on wheels. We can't afford the mortgage. I hate you. You hate me. We got real life stuff we should be talking about here. So then she says, she starts reading the trash romance novels. She's reading Danielle Steele, then the 50 Shades of Grey came out, whatever. And I'm saying, why are you reading that stuff? She goes, they're turning me on. That's why we're having more often. And I'm like, look, I don't know what charts or sets of data she was looking at, but if we were to plot this information on the XY axis, there was certainly no spike in activity as we advanced through the chapters. I'm talking flatline right there. Code blue. And for the math people, I'm not talking about a very high Y value to begin with, okay? We were hovering just over the x-axis. Hey, thank you for getting that. That's a lot of math people tonight. A lot of times, that just lays there. That's why a lot of comedians choose not to do material about their Cartesian plane, but I figured I'd throw it out there. So my wife is a big greeting card person. She loves Hallmark cards. She loves to give them, loves to receive them. Very passionate about the cards. So she'll give me a card, and she's a big underliner, too. So it'll say, like, to my husband, So proud to be the one that I share my life with. Underline, share my life. And then you open it up, and there's a big paragraph written inside with a lot of highlighted and underlined stuff. And I flip it over, and I see $6.99 for the card. I'm like, wow. Guess she doesn't get hers at the dollar store, right? But that sets a very high bar. That's hard to compete with, So I give her a card, and it's just a picture of a bull, and it says, to my wife, and I underline wife. And there's no bull about it. I underline. I underline no bull. The crazy thing about your birthday, ... and crazy thing, and flip it open, there's a big pair of horns, and it says, it gets me horny. Of course, they underline me horny. I think I laughed at that one harder than you guys, don't worry. All right, so my daughter got engaged recently, And so at the engagement party, her future sister-in-law gave her future husband a present. And right in front of me, I saw this. And she says to him, I didn't get you a card, but I'd like to share my thoughts with you. And I'm like, wow, that is genius. That is brilliant. It's like a greeting card loophole. You don't have to buy them anymore. Just share your thoughts and feelings. So I tried this with my wife. So I gave her a present. I said, didn't get you a card, but I'd like to share my thoughts with you right now. So a few minutes later, she opened up her present, and when she saw the vacuum, well, she had some thoughts to share with me. I'll let you know. Yeah. Completely backfired, because then I had to go out and buy an apology card and a dozen roses, to make it a really effective apology, yeah. And I said to her when I gave it to her, I said, the good news is when the flowers die and the petals start to up, you can suck it up with that new vacuum I got you. So I gotta tell you, so when I first got divorced, I moved in a townhouse, and I had this big screen TV up in the corner, and I had to get furniture. So I went discount furniture. I got this huge couch, love seat, and chair, brown velour. It was amazing. Most comfortable couches you could ever sit in. They reclined to the point your feet were higher than your head. Somebody said, let's design a couch you can fall asleep in. This was them, okay? We get married, we move into the house now. And so my wife tells me, well, we live on the Jersey Shore, we have to have a coastal vibe. And apparently brown couches don't fit the coastal vibe. So we had to buy a white couch. So I fought this for years. But her friends, it was peer pressure. They would come over and say things like, what, this model didn't come with cup holders? Subtle things like brown, I don't think so. Okay. So I caved after 3 years. Get rid of the couches, and, we got the new white couch. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a white couch, but there are rules when you have a white couch. Rule number one, and you're probably thinking, well, you can't eat on it, right? No. Rule number one, you can't sit on the couch. So you have to sit on something called a throw. You throw a blanket on it, and then you can sit on the throw. That's how it works. But then she doesn't want us using the new throws, so we have this old ratty brown blanket that we throw on it to sit. And ironically, now that couch looks exactly like the ones we just threw into the garage. So, second rule, you gotta have accent pillows. So the couch came with white pillows, and she bought navy pillows, and then she bought hybrid white and navy pillows to blend in between the white and the navy blue. We have so many pillows on the couch, there's actually no room to sit on the couch. But I found that if I actually use perfect posture, I can just get enough of my cheek on the edge to just hold that for just a few minutes. Now this is what I call comfort. I am just chilling on my couch. What time does the game start? I hope soon my thighs are feeling the burn. I'm gonna skip leg day tomorrow. Oh, and we also got an ottoman, a footrest. But it's a white footrest, so guess what? Can't put your feet on it. So we actually have a decorative tray on the ottoman that we put things on. Much the way you would if you had a coffee table. So in summary, I traded in the best comfortable couches I've ever had for a very expensive couch that I can't sit on and a footrest that I can't put my feet on. So I told my wife, I said, listen, she came home from work, and I said, hey, come down to the garage. I got something I want to show you. I said, look at this. Check it out. Brand new 2023 Mercedes convertible. It's fully loaded. Turbo. 0 to 60, 4.2 seconds. It's amazing. She goes, oh my God, this is spectacular. Let's take it for a spin. Oh, no. Oh, we can't drive it. No. It's something else, isn't it? Yeah, ironically, the couches are still in the garage, so we can actually sit in the most comfortable couches ever and look at the most expensive car that we can't drive.